Okay, I'm just gonna wing it.
Yeah.
We're doing it live.
We're doing it live, guys. We're doing it live.
We're doing it live. We're professionals. I've done this
We are
once.
We are professionals.
Well, actually, I've done this twice, technically. Okay. No, I'm a professional. Hello and welcome to another episode of the Cozy Checkpoint. My name is Amy. I am joined with my lovely friend Ailes. I don't know what is going on your head.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
What are we doing?
I thought maybe look. I thought if Lynn could do it, maybe I could, but clearly not. So let me change that real quick.
What are we talking about today, Ailes?
So today on the podcast we are talking about Hamilton, Alexander Hamilton. And why are we talking about Hamilton? Well, on the Cozy Checkpoint, what we talk about is a lot of things that we're interested in, that you guys also might be interested in too. We tend to hyper focus on a lot of things. In the last podcast we talked about vertical dramas and how they've been taking over our lives, but the biggest thing that has taken over our lives completely, and it was what started our friendship, little fun fact for you there, is of course the musical Hamilton. Amy, tell me, what is Hamilton?
I'm so glad you asked. Hamilton is a musical written by Lin-Manuel Miranda, who you might know as the guy who wrote In the Heights. He's done a lot of soundtracks for Disney movies, Encanto, Moana. He's gone on to do huge, incredible things since Hamilton. Hamilton, the musical, is based on the life and times of founding father Alexander Hamilton from the time of the American Revolution until his death, essentially. I know when it was on Broadway, it was really huge and really popular, but I think what kind of, I suppose, catapulted it into maybe the public consciousness a bit more was the release of the recorded movie version that came out on Disney Plus in 2020. I know it came out kind of the height of the pandemic, and I think that kind of, we were kind of all at home.
Yeah.
And this was what was on. And it was the only way we could experience it because all the theaters were closed.
Yeah.
But I think it helped bring a lot of people into it. I know, including myself, that was my first exposure to Hamilton. I think musicals as a whole, I've never really been into musicals, but
Really?
no, not really. I mean, I always liked Sweeney Todd. I watched Sweeney Todd a lot because I was that teenager. But I think Hamilton was I suppose the only kind of contemporary musical that I've kind of been into. But I think the movie definitely helped with that, because I think otherwise I wouldn't have been able to see it or experience it at all.
So you mentioned contemporary music there as well. There's a lot of influences from Biggie, or Notorious B.I.G., Busta Rhymes, Beyonce, Alicia Keys, and there's even a playlist which we will link below of songs that you can listen to. And Lin talks about at the very beginning. Lin-Manuel Miranda talks about at the very beginning of all of the songs that he's taken reference to and pays ode to, and it's almost like a love letter to musical theatre, but also his music that he's listened to that has raised him as a human being, and that he takes a lot of inspiration from, which is absolutely gorgeous. It is obviously this is love letter to these people, but to us, Hamilton has brought us together. It has brought a lot of people together. Personally, I found about it through TikTok and all the songs that were made sounds and people would lip sync to them, I myself included. And of course, I've done other types of content regarding using the Irish news presenter voice and stuff like that, doing Hamilton stuff. But there is one particular trend that has been really going nuts on TikTok lately, and it's in around the time it's the 10-year anniversary, of course, that there was a premiere on. The entire cast were touring around and they were talking about Hamilton, and they were doing different shows and podcasts and everything. So Hamilton became Hamilton's always been popular on TikTok. I've never not seen a TikTok edit with a Hamilton song in it or somebody lip syncing to it over the last 5 years anyway, since 2020, since COVID. So it's very much been popular the whole time. However, with the rise of it now this year, like the 10-year anniversary, a new trend started.
Oh, my favorite.
Yeah.
It's actually my favorite trend. Like, I think it's my favorite TikTok trend that I've ever seen.
A small snippet of a song called Best of Wives, Best of Women, where Eliza Hamilton is approaching her husband, Alexander Hamilton, nighttime, and she just wants him to come back to sleep, to tell him to stop working. You know, that's the deal. That's the vibe. You relate, Amy.
Come back to bed.
That would be enough. That would be enough. They're literally her words.
If you're not going, I'm going back to sleep.
You know, like, I'm going back to sleep.
Real.
We were absolutely amazed to find out that the girl who created this trend is Zoe, also known as Actually Hamilton on TikTok, and she's Irish.
Yup. Honestly, I've never felt more patriotic.
Yeah.
I've never felt more patriotic than when, because, like, you don't hear, because obviously people are lip syncing in the video, so you don't know where they're from or anything. And then there was the clip of her in the Alexander Hamilton cosplay.
Yeah.
And, like, she's speaking and you're like, oh no, she's one of us. She's one of us. All the comments on that video for interview are all, she's Irish, oh my god, one of us.
She's Irish, oh my god, no way. Oh my god, yup, the Irish, you know. It's so
cool.
We were talking to her just before the interview and we said, like, can't believe it, like you're Irish, we didn't know. And she said, how did you not know? Like, look at the windows.
The Irish window, most Irish window you've ever seen.
The most Irish windows you've ever seen. And she's absolutely gas. She's such a character. She's absolutely brilliant. She's absolutely brilliant. This is the interview with us and Actually Hamilton. So we are joined here today with Zoe. Zoe started the Hamilton trend, the Alexander come back to sleep trend, which is awesome. It's so cool that she's Irish and she's actually come on and chatted to us here today, which is absolutely incredible. Yup!
Let's go.
How are you keeping, Zoe? Thank you so much for taking the time to come on.
Thanks for having me on. I'm good. How are you?
I'm not too bad now. All happy out. Me and Amy were just saying to you before, we're so starstruck.
We literally are.
It's an absolute honor.
Because the Hamilton come back to sleep, I think, is like, it's one of the standout trends for me. It's just so funny how everyone had just a Hamilton costume lying around.
They're so easy to make, though. It's literally straight from the wardrobe.
No way. So was it straight
yours?
From your? Yeah, like, was it your own or?
The coat is my grandmother's. I use tissue for the neck ruffle, and then the beard is just mascara.
That's incredible.
We love a creative queen.
We love a DIY. How did the idea of you crawling out the window come into it, or like, how did that start? What was the process of that like?
So I first watched Hamilton in like 2022. But before I ever watched it, I heard the song and I was thinking, is he sneaking out? And then when I watched it, I realized he wasn't. So that night I made the video. I was dressed as Hamilton and I was going to make videos, and I was like scrolling through songs to use, and I thought maybe I could use Best of Wives and Best of Women and like basically make my own scene of what I thought was happening. I thought the funniest part was that all the women were dressing up as Alexander Hamilton and then men started dressing up as Eliza.
Yeah, I've seen a few of those. Like, I love, like, when men on TikTok dress as women, it's just like a rag on their head, and then they usually have like the bathrobe and everything. Like, they look like proper Irish mammies. Yeah. And did you have a moment when you were like, oh, this is huge, like, this is everywhere?
I woke up one morning and there was like loads of notifications in my inbox saying check the Hamilton TikTok account now, and I went on and I checked it and I seen Lynn with his Madame Tussauds figure doing the trend, and I don't know if you've seen the stories I posted that day, but I actually lost my mind. I couldn't seen the video, not to my memory.
But like, for a trend, like you started this trend and then so many people are doing it. Like if I've never started a trend now myself, but I can imagine if 2 or 3 people copied what I was doing, or like, you know, took inspiration from what I was doing, I'd lose my mind. I'd be like, oh my God, this is so cool. But you have had hundreds, if not thousands of people doing this trend.
In nearly every country. Like,
I honestly still don't believe that it happened. Sometimes I go back and I look at the pictures and stuff, and I go back and watch the video, and I'm like, what happened the last few months for this to like get as big as it did?
So you got to go over to the Hamilton preview, the screening, and you got to meet Lin-Manuel Miranda himself. Like, what's happening there? Like, what was it like? Tell us everything. Love to just spill the tea.
The screening itself was actually amazing because I was sitting in an audience with literally the whole cast around me and like mixed in with them. And I didn't know if I should look at the screen or just look around at it. I couldn't stop staring at them.
look around.
Look around. Yeah.
How lucky you were to be alive right now.
There wasn't a lot of time for chat. Like I met Lynn very briefly. I was talking to the actor who plays Hercules Mulligan a lot because he was just walking around the crowd during intermission. And then when I was leaving, I randomly ran into Tane Jasperson on the street.
Stop. Like, are they what you imagine them to be? Are they nice, and were they like giving you the time?
Everyone was really nice there. Everyone was just like so kind and friendly, you know?
Yeah.
And Tane was exactly how you'd expect him to be.
Like, has this kind of, I suppose, like making the trend and it blowing up, has that kind of inspired you to explore different creative things like theatre, more content creation or anything like that? Like, kind of explore more aspects of that?
I suppose I've always been really into theatre, but after I'd done that, I kind of realised this is something that I'd like to do more, you know? So I've continued posting as Hamilton. I even done a few videos as King George, but I think that I'm definitely going to continue like making content and stuff.
That's so cool. That's so cool. I've seen your take a break one this morning, actually. Oh
yeah. Did you read the letter in the video?
No, I didn't. I'm going to have to go back and have a look.
There's like I had to learn to write backwards for it, but it's just a letter to Angelica.
That's dedication to the bit. And we can respect it.
Yeah, it's like I can't imagine if I was 16 and like just all of this happening.
I'd say it's such a whirlwind, like.
100%.
Yeah.
So what was it like then when you came home, or when it's all started blowing up? Like,
my parents and my family, they all just like thought I was kind of crazy for going out the way. Like, they didn't know I posted that video until after it got a couple thousand likes, and I text my mom and I was like, hey, I'm famous, and I sent her. But the way it lined up, my first week at school was also the week that I went to New York. So on my first day at school, my principal came up to me and she was like, I heard we have a celebrity. And all my like basically every single staff member in my school has seen the video, and I think every student as well.
That's so cool though, as well. Like, but also I can imagine it's like, oh.
Walking through the hall in school and someone will just start singing Alexander Come Back to Sleep at me.
To be fair, that's what we do most of the time to each other.
Yeah.
Would you have any advice for anyone that's hoping to make something that resonated the way that your trend did, or someone looking to get into that sort of thing?
Honestly, just like, if you make a video and you think it's funny, never leave it in the drafts. Always post it, because you don't know what could go big. And just be yourself as well.
Don't throw away your shot.
Exactly.
There you go.
Absolutely.
Rise up.
Rise up.
Rise up! Yeah! So this is like, obviously things are trends and stuff with Hamilton. Like, Hamilton's constantly trending. So absolutely, like, your video is going to be forever memorable. That's going to be a huge thing. But what's coming next? Like, are you going to continue with the Hamilton stuff? Or are you thinking, ooh, I'm going to pop into another musical and try something there? Or like, are you just having fun and just doing whatever you want? Kind of like, is there anything in mind for the future? Or
I've just been having fun with it and posting whatever. But I've made some Heather's videos before and they done well, so I might go into that a bit more.
Oh, I love Heathers.
I'm definitely going to continue on with the Hamilton as well because it's just
Yeah.
so fun.
I would like to ask if you could sum up the experience of the trend going to New York, meeting Lynn, all these like really cool things that have happened. If you could sum it up in one Hamilton lyric, what would it be?
I would say history has its eyes on you.
Excellent answer.
Excellent answer.
Like, thank you so much for taking the time to really speak to us. Like, I was so geeked out that you would come and talk to us.
Thanks for honestly.
Thank you so
Yeah.
much. And of course, it's Halloween, so I imagine you have a big, busy day ahead of Hamilton stuff to do.
Hamilton shenanigans, of course.
Costume stuff to do.
I usually just do, like, even when it's not Halloween, I just dress up and do makeup. So I'm just going to do that again tonight.
Yeah, have fun with
Absolutely.
it. Absolutely.
Absolutely. Yeah. Thank you so much for coming on.
That's a bet.
You're so good. I really want to keep that in.
Do whatever you want. Do whatever you want.
Hey, is that a promise?
Don't threaten me with a good time.
Hey, listen.
Hey,
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 hey.
Ooh. I'm a professional. And that was our interview with Zoe. Actually, Hamilton, thank you again to Zoe for taking the time to talk to us about her experience with content creation, making the TikTok on the premiere. Like, she's just incredible. Please go check her out. I know she's done other Hamilton content and lots of other content, so I'm really excited to see what she does next and where she goes from here.
Yeah. She's
just
so
this
cool.
past she's so cool, and just like, I don't know, it's just I think it's just amazing that like she had an idea, she spun with it, and she ended up on the red carpet.
Yeah.
And like meeting the people that she was like lip syncing to. I think that's so cool.
That must be so crazy though. Like, imagine.
Yeah,
I don't know.
If that was me, I would be insufferable the rest of my life. Especially because this past Halloween, Lin-Manuel Miranda, the writer of Hamilton,
Yeah.
dressed up as her, dressing up as him.
Yeah. I saw that.
Can I confess something to you, which might out me as like an idiot? When you sent it to me, I was like, wow, that person that is dressing as Lin-Manuel Miranda for Halloween, like, that's really good makeup. They really look like Lin-Manuel Miranda. But then
I know. You thought when I sent you Lin-Manuel Miranda's Instagram, you thought it was somebody impersonating him.
Okay, for context, it was just the preview, right?
Okay,
because you sent it to me in Discord, so it was just a preview. It was just that one picture of the really crazy close-up of him with the drawn-on goatee, and I was like, okay, that's drawn on, so clearly this whole thing is fake. This is all makeup. This is not like. And then when we were talking about it and him dressing up as Zoe, I was like, that was actually him. And my mind was blown. So I got to experience that twice.
But like, he literally, I'll bring it up here on the screen for the audio listeners. Obviously you won't see it, but feel free to go onto YouTube and look at it later, or I can throw a link somewhere in the notes or whatever. I don't know how show notes work yet on I was gonna say Spotify, but
you can buy us.
Yeah, you can buy us.
We're
for a price.
Pizza and a good time.
What are you buying? What are you selling?
What are you selling?
What are you selling? What Lin-Manuel Miranda, the creator of Hamilton, did was he dressed up as Zoe, and he wrote in the caption, "I dressed up as you for Halloween," which is so sweet. And he's over there in the gold jacket, and he has the ruffles, and he's there trying to climb out a window, and it's so cute and it's so lovely. It really goes to show
perfection.
Chef's kiss, professional. But it goes to show that Lynn really cares about his fans. And like, I scrolled through the comments of that, and every single person that I could see anyway while I was scrolling that commented on that Instagram post, he replied to.
Wow. So he's a man of the people. He's the people's princess.
Yeah. And when people like fangirl about Hamilton to him, he's like, oh my God, really? You like it? Like,
after all this time, like, as I say, it just celebrated its 10-year anniversary. Like, I know a lot of people who had like major success with this thing. Like, you know, I think they can get, I'd say it's very easy to get a bit kind of jaded or like sick of it. But like it's just, I don't know, you almost see this like kind of like childlike joy still in him about Hamilton, that people like love it still, that it still like remained as like relevant and as popular as it was then.
Yeah.
And like it's just really cool to see someone who like actually really deserves that success and like really like enjoy it and bask in it. Like I love that so much.
But like it goes to show that people absolutely love Hamilton, and there's like a lot of layers to it too, because like there's a lot of layers to Hamilton, and we'll deep dive into those layers in a couple of minutes. But I do want to talk about just Hamilton in general. Because for anyone who doesn't know what Hamilton is, it's basically revolves around the life of Alexander Hamilton, starting from when he was 19 right up to when he was 47 and when he died. And it's all got to do with the American Revolution, and the different presidencies, and then also the Declaration of Independence and everything. Now, us as Irish girls, you're probably thinking, what interest do we have in any of that? But it's just, I don't know, between the gripping lyrics and musicality and choreography and the stage itself, it's absolutely incredible as a first watch. So if you watch it, don't be surprised if there's a lot being thrown at you at once. It's definitely one of those musicals. Yeah, it's quite long. It's 2.5 hours, roughly.
I think it's closer to 3.
Close. It's roughly 2.5 to 3 hours, and then on top of that, like, you'd be rewatching it again because there's small little things that you missed, and we're going to be talking about those in the next couple of minutes as well.
Every time
when we do
it
the
never
Hamilton
stops.
deep dive. So there's no such thing really as spoilers when it comes to this, because at the very, very beginning you're given the plot pretty much from the very, very beginning, that Hamilton dies, and who kills him, which is Aaron Burr. You see characters that you may know, like George Washington and Thomas Jefferson, people you've heard of. And of course King George III, which is absolutely incredibly played.
Iconic.
Oh, absolutely iconic. And me and Amy went to see it. So we're going to talk about that first, because well, first of all, how we first met was literally in a call, and someone said, what's your favourite movie? I think Amy asked me what my favourite movie was. Never really said much to her before. And
we never met. This was our first meeting.
This is our first meeting in a group call. And the group call was me, her, and our friend Andrew. Shout out, Andrew.
Shout out. It never would have happened without you, buddy.
Yeah, it wouldn't have happened without you, dude. And now he's absolutely sick of us. So he regrets his decision entirely.
Just as like a little fun fact about that is that once we got talking about Hamilton, he came back. He left.
He left the call once we started talking about Hamilton. Yeah,
he left the call. We started talking about Hamilton, and then he was gonna come back, and he saw that we were sharing, like videos about Hamilton in like the little preview thing on Discord. He was like, I'm not touching that.
No.
I'm not going.
He left like 5 or 6 hours later. We were still talking about Hamilton from when he left. Like he was like, oh, I need to go into town, do work, or do shopping or whatever. It was like a Saturday or something. But like literally how that started was Amy going, what's your favorite movie? And I go, is Hamilton a movie? And you were like, boom, that was it. It was over. It was over for everybody. Here we are. We have a podcast now. This is it.
If I hadn't asked the question, imagine I asked you what your favorite color was. You couldn't say Hamilton.
No, you can't. What's your favorite? What's your favorite F1?
What's your favorite mathematic formula?
But like,
how do you feel about Pythagoras theorem? Like, could have been anything. Normal questions to ask people.
But like, even so, if I said F1 Hamilton, as in Lewis Hamilton.
I'm literally only putting that together.
Yeah, it's all good.
Did I mention that I'm an idiot?
No, because you're not.
Just you wait.
Just you wait. Just you wait.
Just you wait.
So a lot of our conversations is me and Amy stimming basically Hamilton at each other over and over again.
But at least it came full circle where, we both had tickets to see it. Not with each other initially.
No. Weirdly, how the face changed that.
It actually just couldn't be more aligned, I think, because, who I was meant to go with dropped out. Same happened with you. And I think we were both kind of like, who else would I take, but the person who I have a relationship with because of Hamilton.
Yeah.
Like,
Who do we bring? But each other. And do you know what's even funnier about that is it happened in the same phone call.
It did, didn't it?
You were like, I need to ask you something, and I was like, oh yeah, I actually need to tell you something as well. Okay, you first. And then you were like, oh yeah, I need somebody to come to Hamilton with me, and I was like, shut up. And you were like, what? Like, probably you were expecting me to be a lot happier about it. And I was like, well, obviously I was, but I was like, I'm also going to Hamilton, but I need somebody to come with me, and I was going to ask you when we both found out the same call. I thought that was just so funny.
But I feel like I asked you in the same kind of way that I would tell you if I was engaged or pregnant. I was like, "Oh, I need to talk to you," and you were like, "Hey, what's up?" And I was like, "No, I need to talk to you on the phone. I need to have a proper conversation."
Yeah.
And I think, and like, I was kind of worried, like, oh no, does she think something's wrong? I'm literally just going to ask her to Hamilton. But this feels like it has a lot of gravity.
Yes. It's a very delicate matter.
Yeah, very.
Yeah, it's like a proposal. It's actually, it's better than a proposal.
Because it's Hamilton.
In my eyes, it's Hamilton. You want to bring me to the best show? That is Hamilton? Are you kidding me? This once in a lifetime opportunity that we went to twice.
Twice, and the first time, unfortunately.
Yeah, do you want me to?
Sure, it's because I feel like it's mostly your story.
Yeah, but you can tell me your POV. You can hop in with your POV as well. Like,
yeah,
obviously.
sure.
Yeah. Sorry, I feel like that sounded very demeaning or very condescending. No, you can play too.
I was sitting in I was sitting in the musical. I didn't know what the fuck was like. Obviously, I saw the car bleeding.
So for a quick little bit of context, I listened to Hamilton so much that it ended up being in every single song was the top 10 in my Spotify Wrapped, and I was like, I have no other songs in my Spotify Wrapped, so what I ended up doing is buying the CD so I could listen to the car, and it didn't affect my Spotify Wrapped at the end of the year. So I listened to the CD over and over and over and over again so I could learn the lyrics, blah blah blah. Drove in the car everywhere and anywhere, always listened to the Hamilton soundtrack constantly. It was non-stop. Gentlemen of the juries, bear with me.
One of many Hamilton references you'll get to enjoy through the duration.
Oh God, yeah. We're insufferable. This is the most insufferable podcast.
This is very self-indulgent, but I don't really care.
Yeah, I don't care either. We're gonna make a podcast about whatever we want. Here we are. Sure, everyone else is doing it. So
God, have you seen like what some people talk about when they have a microphone? Like, we're fine.
Yeah, we're fine. Do you know what? We're actually quite good. I'm going to talk about me and my car for a second, because we're in a Hamilton podcast. But yeah, so me and Amy decided to. I think it was my show, my tickets. I think it was. I
think it was mine.
Was it yours? That was the first one in the September.
Mine was first.
Yours was first.
Yeah, I think mine was like the middle, and I think yours was like a week or two later.
Yeah, I think it was 3 days after it was like their third show.
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah, so me and Amy stroll up, and just as I pull out, or like we park in the car park, the board gosh, and my car literally looks like it's bleeding. There's this red liquid coming out from underneath the car. Turns out, had to sort the car. So we went in, bought our little Hamilton merch, like my little bag and our t-shirts.
Did you see
and
them?
Like the poster and then the program, and I have another program around here somewhere, an A4 sized one with all the photos and everything in it. And we're having, like, I was like in denial. I was there trying to have a good time and get all the photos and have a good time and all that. And then I was like, all right, wait for, like, I had already rang the car mechanic, and he started fixing the car, and I had told every member of staff, I was like, listen, I'm going to be back. I'll be back soon, you'll see. And the mechanic arrived, and he was looking at my car, and I had to bring it out onto like the road, and there was these doors for, like, I suppose the stage doors. Were kind
so
of like
close, but so
they're on the outside of the outside, like, of the building, I suppose. So someone opened a door. I think they were throwing rubbish out, but they left like a door stopper kind of in, so I could hear the musical Now, they didn't do that on purpose. They were like trying to empty rubbish or whatever. They were obviously making their life a little bit easier. But I could hear the Alex or the dun 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 dun, and I was like, oh no.
Girl.
Just when you hear that, by the way, just for anyone who doesn't know, if you are watching Hamilton for the first time and you hear the bum ba dun 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 dun, you need to listen, because that is when the full narration is taking place. That's very important.
That's we are giving you exposition, listen up, sound bite motif, musical motif, I suppose. But
yeah, and it's also the very beginning of the musical itself. So I was like, oh, shit. So then what happened was I could hear the cheering and it was so loud, and then I was getting emotional, and I think it was by the time it hit Satisfied, which is a good few songs in, I was climbing the stairs to get in to the doors. The guy was by the doors. He was like, you can't go in unless there's like a break. So I had to wait for people to clap. If you have watched Hamilton before, listen to how long it takes before you hear clapping, because every song runs into the next one.
Yeah. So
there can't be disturbances. Luckily, just after Satisfied, or no, Raise a Glass, I think it was Raise a Glass. It was just after Satisfied there was clapping, so I was allowed to go in, but I sat at the stairs because they immediately transitioned into another song and I didn't want to stand in front of loads of people, so I sat in the stairs for that short motif. It was just something you will never see again, no matter what she tells you. You know, that after the post-wedding song.
Satisfied goes straight into the story of Tonight reprise.
Yeah, so it was very short. Literally, I think it's like a minute long, which isn't too bad. So just as they go off stage, I'm like shuffling between like 20 people to get to Amy. Amy sitting all by herself, a chair blank beside her, and I can't
believe you went through all that and you still find sympathy for me.
You know, that's what I was worried about the most, because I was like, this is her favorite show. This is my favorite show. This is something the two of us were doing together, and I fucked it up. Like, in my mind, I fucked it up.
You didn't break your car.
I didn't break my car. No, I didn't. But even so, I was still, it'll be a memory I'll always never forget. I will always remember.
I kept like looking towards the door. I was like, I really hope she's here for this. I really hope she's here for this. I really hope she's here for this. Because like my heart was breaking thinking of you like at the car and like doing all this stuff. I just hope she gets to see like Wait for It.
Yeah,
and all this kind of stuff.
This is the beauty of it. Just as I sat down, all you hear is boom, which is the start of Wait for It, which is my favorite song in Hamilton. So the second I sat down, I was overwhelmed with tears from the whole situation that happened, but also the fact that I heard Wait for It come on, and the first lyric, and the scene, and just the crowd and the immersion, and Amy beside me, and she literally puts her hand, like she kind of nudges me, and she goes, "Are you okay?" And I just like grab her hand and squeeze it, and I just go in, and I like just put my head in her shoulder, and I just bawled.
Oh, my heart was broken. It was absolutely broken for you, but like
I bawled, and she thought I was crying mainly because of the car stuff, but no, it was just I made it. I landed in time for my favorite song. I was so
it was just
happy.
a release. I think like
it was
you went through all that, and then you sat down, and then like your favorite song is playing. Like I'd say it was just like so much.
It was so much, yeah.
But I think how poetic is it that the song you came back, like fully back into, was Wait for It. Like you were literally waiting for this like for so long.
I know.
Like literally outside the door, and then
waiting, sitting at the staircase, waiting for security to let me into the building again, because they had locked up and they were going home. That's what, like,
God almighty.
And then also the ladies behind the desk said that they were finished at like 8, and I had to get my ticket at 8:30, because there was all of this going on. There was a lot of waiting involved, but yes. Then the second time we went, no problems.
Smooth sailing, actually.
After Hamilton, like we parked the car after I landed at your house, and the next day we had car problems, but that doesn't count. We had more car problems the next day, but it didn't affect the overall day. We still got there. We watched it from start to finish. We had a great day, and we got really nice seats the second time. I felt like
Yeah.
the audio was much better.
The first time we went, we were kind of like up on the balcony. We were
Yeah.
we were very high, which when I was booking the tickets, I was like, oh, what better like vantage point? But like in actuality, the sound quality was a lot worse up top. But I think we were nearly dead center on the floor for the second. Like we actually couldn't have got it better, and I don't think there was anybody in front of us.
No.
So we had this perfect unobstructed center view
Of everything.
of Hamilton,
Yeah.
like, which was just incredible. I remember like sitting here and I was like, are these actually our seats? This can't be real. This has to be a mistake.
It was
There's
just
no
luck.
way.
Absolute luck. Absolute luck.
After the first time, bloody deserved it. I have to tell you, I felt so vindicated. I was like, okay, the first time was kind of rocky. The second time, this is going swimmingly.
Yeah,
we deserve this.
Yeah, we deserve this. This is our reward for waiting for it.
Absolutely.
I will say that when so you were on my left the first time we went to watch it. The guy on my right, he was there with his wife, and I'd say this man was in his 60s roughly.
I forgot about this actually.
Yeah, and I said to him, "Hi, how are you getting on?" I don't know, either you went out to the bathroom or I don't know if you were still beside me or not.
I think I was there. I think I was still there.
And I said to him, "Hey, look," because I knew what his answer was, because this guy looked like he had no idea what was going on. But I still asked him anyway. I was like, at the end of Act 1, I was like, "So, how's it going? Do you like Hamilton?" And he goes, "No, me and my wife, we saw it advertised and we heard a lot about it, so we said we'd come along." And I was like, "How are you getting on? Are you enjoying it? Are you following it?" He goes, "I haven't a fucking clue what's going on." And of course, when it's live, you have all that reverberance in the room, and you have
and the rapping.
and the rapping, and they have different accents, and it's just straight out like impossible to understand if you've never even listened to a song by them from Hamilton before. It still tickles me a bit. Like, I think that's so funny. Not a clue.
Imagine living in that microcosm of people who just didn't know what Hamilton was. Like, I don't know. I'm just gonna blow it. I don't think I've ever done that. I don't think I've ever seen something advertised and been like, I know nothing about this. I don't want to know anything about this. I'm gonna spend my money and do this tonight.
Like,
I'm
with
like,
me,
fair fucks to you.
like, like, in fairness, fair play for themselves opening up to it and going.
Yeah.
Like, they said they still enjoyed it. I asked him after Act 2, like when the thing was over, I was like, "Did you enjoy it?" He goes, "Yeah, it's grand," but I had no notion what was going on. And I was like, "That's understandable." Like, but like, he was talking about all these other musicals and stuff that he liked as well. So like, man was a fan, but he didn't know it yet at that stage.
I think even for musical people, like people who enjoy musicals, Hamilton is, I think, still very. It's very much its own thing. I don't think there's much else like it. Like, you kind of have like musicals are very traditional. I think we're getting more different stuff now. Like, I saw Six there in May, I think it was, and that's very much like a musical concert nearly. So I feel like I don't know, has Hamilton made musicals cool?
You could argue like there's like, I suppose it's a different type of musical that, because you have stuff like Mamma Mia was written by ABBA, or not, like all the songs from Mamma Mia were all ABBA songs, so they were all like pop songs. Hamilton is like the incorporation of hip hop and R&B into the musical scene, which is something that is, I'm going to say, it's rare. It hasn't really been done much. I definitely think that's part of it. And then there's also a lot of hidden stuff. Like, so there's a lot of extra details added to the songs and to the performances and to the stage and to the setting and everything, that if you had no idea and you're watching it the 100th time you probably watch it, you still might not know some of these things. And I think that puts it on a pedestal that outshines a lot of musicals out there. 100%.
Yeah, because it stays kind of fresh for me anyway, because like I rewatched it all, like the Disney Plus version. I watched it all the way through for the first time in a couple of years, and like I still listen to the soundtrack and everything else, but it's like the first time I like watched it through on the screen in a couple of years, and there's still things I'm noticing. Like I've listened to it and I've watched it like countless times, and like there is always still something that I know. So when I hear people talk about it, like I watched a couple of videos of people deconstructing and analyzing certain things of it, and they would point out something, and I'm like, oh my god, that's so crazy! Like just the level of detail and the amount of care that was put into writing it and choreographing it and everything else is. It's just so impressive that like I think that's how things stay relevant, is like they don't get stale. Like there's still new discoveries and like new things to do.
Yeah, like that's why people keep rewatching it, because they're like, oh, I noticed something last time, or I didn't notice that last time, and a lot of that kind of stuff, which that's what I love. I love looking further into it and like, oh my god, no, I didn't notice that. That's so cool. And I think this is where the deep dive is beginning. So if you haven't watched Hamilton until now, watch it now.
Do it.
Or watch the Animal Crossing version like me and Amy did.
Honestly, like look. Can I be so for real and so earnest with you right now?
Can I be real a second?
Can I be real
Just for just a millisecond?
Okay, cut that. I'm gonna do that. Cut what I just did. I'm gonna do that.
I was gonna quote across you earlier and say it, but then I was like, no, I'm gonna let her go.
I'm stealing it. I'm stealing it. That's what I'm doing. In the words of George Washington in Hamilton, can I be real a second?
Yeah.
Tell the people how I feel a second.
Yeah. Let down your guard and tell the people how you feel a second. Yeah, sure, whatever. What do you want to do?
On YouTube.
Yeah.
Someone made Hamilton,
yes,
the musical, in its entirety in Animal Crossing.
The game.
And it is
Sorry, I'm ad-libbing. Sorry, you keep going, Queen. Keep going. I'm like, you're like, I'm like, yeah, the game. Yeah.
Yeah, what?
What?
What about it? Yeah, she said what she said.
I said what I said. The game on the Nintendo Switch. Switching it up.
Made by Nintendo. What? Poo poo poo.
Can't keep that in.
No, I can't. Okay. Can I be real a second?
For just
Tell
a millisecond?
the people how I feel a second. Oh my god.
Sorry. I'm gonna stop it, so I won't say it. I just think it's more flowy. I don't mean to be interrupting you. I want you to keep going. Sorry.
No, you're right though. It's just improving it. Yeah. Okay. Can I be real a second? For just a millisecond. Tell the people how I feel a second.
Sure. What do you
On
mean?
YouTube.
Yes.
On YouTube, there is an Animal Crossing, the game, version of Hamilton. Someone went through the trouble of recreating the musical in Animal Crossing. And we've watched it. Have we watched it twice?
I think I don't know if we actually got through the full thing, actually. I don't know. Did we get through Act 2? I don't think we did.
I thought we did.
Maybe we did.
Okay, well we've watched it, and I to be so real with you, it is unfair how good it is.
Yeah.
Like, this thing could just be half-arsed and a meme, and it would still do really well. But this version on YouTube, this Animal Crossing Hamilton version, is so well directed. The shots are so smartly put together. Just everything about it is like so good and so high quality for what it is. If you haven't seen it, honestly, I would only kind of recommend it if you've already seen Hamilton and you know you like Hamilton. I wouldn't recommend it for like a first viewing because there are some like memes in there and like some things for fans of it. So like I would recommend Disney Plus, but if you enjoy it and you know the Animal Crossing version will tickle you. It's like it's incredible. Like I actually just can't oversell it enough. If you're interested at all,
I will say though,
please.
if you're lost in the sense of like you're not really sure what's going on, Animal Crossing does add context because it's a visual. Like they go out of their way to add extra visuals in it, to add context. Like with the actual movie, you're watching people on a stage tell you about something that either happened in their lives or whatever, you know. But in the Animal Crossing version, like they act out things while the music is playing in the background. It's
Like
so
one of my favorite parts that they do is like it's the whole thing is like Alexander Hamilton and Aaron Burr, who historically kind of his rival in history and in musical. They're both orphans, and both of their songs, Alexander Hamilton, that's the title, that's the name of his song, and Burr, wait for it. Both of these, like, they mentioned like being orphans. That's like a big part of their character and how they relate to each other. But like the Animal Crossing version actually gives you like a parental ghost. Like, like when Hamilton is singing about when he was in the Caribbean and his mother and him were sick in the Animal Crossing, it actually shows like their room back at home, and like him riding, and then him on the ship to America, like just like visualizers that you can't get on the stage. Like it's just like it broke new ground, and I'm not even being a little bit ironic about that.
We need to do a rewatch. Actually, we should do that.
We
We actually should.
We're due. Like look, I'm talking about it, and we're gonna watch it again. I would be more than happy to watch it again.
Yeah.
I'm so earnest about this. Like, this isn't even a meme. This isn't ironic. Like, it's really good.
Yeah, it's really well done, and it's just goes to show that this person put hours, if not weeks, months, who knows, maybe even a year into making this. I think they actually explain either at the beginning or at the end how long it took them to make this, but it goes to show the passion that people will do to make, or to just show their love for Hamilton. There's a Roblox game as well that we accidentally hopped into.
I blocked that out.
Yeah, I know.
It was so cursed.
Amy tried making an account on Roblox, and she had to do 50 safety checks.
I have to do a lot of math.
A lot.
Roblox makes you do so much math to get in.
I never got. I think I got like one sum to do, and you had like.
Am I just
50.
more robotic than some people? People just meet me and they're like, "Are you human?
are you human?
Here's all these pictures of bicycles, and some are not bicycles. Which of them have bicycles, Amy?
Yeah, which one?
I don't know what it is. People just come up to me and they're like, "Oh, which of these pictures has a crosswalk?" And I'm like, "You're the fifth person to ask me today."
Yeah, like
just
people physically do it to her in like real life. They physically come up to her, and
it's crazy. I'm like,
yeah, she never escape it, never get away. Take a break,
you'll never get away.
But do you have any favorite Easter eggs or iconic moments? They don't even have to be Easter eggs. Like, they could be just like really cool iconic moments, or just things that really make you like, that you love from Hamilton itself.
I think my first, I suppose, fixation with Hamilton was Helpless and Satisfied. Satisfied was the first song that I became properly obsessed with from Hamilton, and I listened to it over and over again. I watched the clip of it over and over again. For context, Satisfied is Angelica Schuyler's song. Angelica is the sister of Alexander's wife, Eliza.
Or his sister-in-law, yeah.
And Satisfied is about the night that she met Hamilton, and subsequently her sister met Hamilton, and how she regrets not going after Hamilton but letting her sister be with him because she loves him. So right before Satisfied, Eliza has a song, Helpless, about like meeting Hamilton, courting, and then getting married. It's Eliza's song. But what they do with Satisfied is they like reverse the Helpless choreography. So there's choreography for Helpless, and then in Satisfied they do it all in reverse to show Angelica's side of Helpless, essentially. And I've watched so many videos on it. I've watched side-by-side comparisons, and the fact that like they do it one way and then have to do it in reverse immediately after is so impressive. I don't think I could ever have that amount of function to do that. Like, that motor function is just lacking.
Do you want what's worse as well is with Helpless, the stage is the stage itself. One of the cool things about the stage is there's a rotatory part of it, which is really, really cool. For helpless, it's rotating one way. For satisfied, it's rotating the other way.
Oh, that's so cool. I didn't actually didn't know
See,
that until
see,
now.
there's so much. There's so much you don't
It's
know.
endless. It's actually endless.
Which is, and they use it in a lot of different ways. That's actually what just in general mine. I just love the stage and how it rotates.
Yeah, like it's been kind of memed on a bit, the rotating stage and all that kind of stuff, but I think they use it to like a really good effect. Like it kind of brings characters in, it brings characters out. It's just a really good transitory thing to bring us into like another scene or like bring characters out. I think it's just really clever.
Very clever.
Because at the start of the play, Aaron Burr is like Hamilton's first friend, and Burr introduces Hamilton to all of his friends, his revolutionary friends, Lafayette, John Lawrence, Hercules Mulligan, all these guys. And you know, we're gonna, you know, it's kind of implied that these are Burr's friends, and he's introducing Hamilton to them. And then in the story of tonight, Reprise, it kind of seems like they're more Hamilton's friends now.
Yeah.
There's a much different energy because this is after like Hamilton's wedding is the story of tonight, Reprise. And it's just like the energy is different. They're all kind of on Hamilton's side. It's still friendly, but it's like, you know, Lafayette is like, you are the worst, Burr, and like all this kind of stuff. It's just like little things like that just to show that like Hamilton has everything and Burr is like losing everything.
Yeah.
It started really early that like Hamilton is like being raised up and Burr is just kind of staying where he is.
And it's not very in your face either. It's not like, hey
No.
guys, this is the part of this musical where Hamilton is taking Burr's friend. So Burr is very angry now. Ooh. And now in like 3 songs from now, he is going to get angrier. Like they're really good at the storytelling throughout.
Yeah.
When I first watched Hamilton, I didn't realize this, and I'm ashamed to admit it. I got really confused. But in the first act, you get to love some of these characters. They're so witty. They have extremely incredible energy, and you just fall in love with them. So once Act 2 hits, you see these exact same actors again on stage, but they're playing completely different characters. And I got really confused. I was like, wait, is that not that guy? Just the guy with the French accent a couple of minutes ago? No? Wait, what? So the characters that play Lafayette from France, Hercules Mulligan, who's actually Irish. Fun fact.
Oh, yup. Irish
So
keep winning.
Lafayette, John Lawrence, and Hercules Mulligan, those 3 guys are not in Act 2. Those characters. Their actors are, but they play different guys. So they play Thomas Jefferson, James Madison, and Philip Schuyler, which would be Hamilton's son. And the very first song that is done, which is called Alexander Hamilton, at the very end of it, there's 2 characters that say, we fought with him. Me, one guy says, me, I died for him. And then there's 3 girls and they go, we loved him. And then Aaron Burr goes, me, I'm the damn fool who shot him, right? The part where they go, we fought with him, one guy is Lafayette and the other guy is Hercules Mulligan. But in the second act, the first guy is Thomas Jefferson and the second guy is James Madison. And they fought with him in different ways. The first act, the 2 characters fought with him in war. But in the second act, they fought with him politically, which is, it's just genius. This whole musical is absolute genius. There's so many tiny little details that just make it incredible. This whole musical is the story of how America was formed and built and structured politically after the war and everything. And they do that gradually throughout the entire musical, which is absolutely incredible. With the bricks and the way the set moves. Which is really cool. And of course the rotatory floor is to show progress and how things progress and how the world progresses and how America itself progresses throughout the years. But there's that stuff, but then of course there's all silly stuff as well, like the room where it happens, where he jumps off the table and the table rug is pulled, or the tablecloth is pulled from under him, and he just jumps and he's just ready. It's like a light bounce. It's just a light bounce. But like the choreography is incredible.
It's so tight. It's so like the timing and everything is so tight. It's so well practiced. Like I don't know. Every time I watch him like jump and then the table cover is pulled, I'm like,
yeah, I'm like,
that's incredible.
And you know, you've watched it. You're like, I know it's he's not going to trip this time. It's not going to change anything.
Maybe this
so
time.
good. Maybe this time.
This is the one time it'll happen.
Just this one time. And you're like looking through there. No.
Oh my god!
I
Burr, no.
But like, there's so many different like tiny little details that like personally, the favorite things that I've seen, like maybe it's just me, but all the musical differences that I notice, like the repeated motifs where "Wait for It" is used quite a lot, or "Helpless" is repeated quite a lot, even straight through to the second act. A lot of songs from the first act are brought into the second act. It's almost like a wall. The very last song of Act 1 is like a wall of all of these voices all at the same time, all these different refrains and motifs all coming together in one big final push into Act 2. And it's like, it just knocks the wall down, goes straight out, and all of these motifs get released. And it's just...
It's really cleverly done, because I feel like in Act 1, I feel like, you know, "Wait for It," "Satisfied," "Helpless," "I'm not going to throw away my shot." These are all ideas that we're introduced to, and I think we're made to feel a certain way about these phrases. With "Satisfied," I feel like it's very bittersweet. There's a bit of regret, a bit of heartbreak in there associated with that word now because of the song. But then later, it's kind of used against Hamilton. It's, "You'll never be satisfied."
Yeah.
"Oh, I hope you're satisfied now." Or what did she says?
Yeah.
"God, I hope you're satisfied." Like after the Reynolds pamphlet, which is a document that Alexander Hamilton wrote to admit to the world that he cheated on his wife. That is a real thing that he did. And Angelica just throws it back at his face. Even with the Reynolds pamphlet and all that debacle that goes down, "Wait for It," which is Burr's thing, is that he waits. He doesn't act. He's like, "I'm going to see how the dust settles here. I'm going to wait for the chips to fall, and then I'm going to pick up the pieces and get everything that I've been waiting for." Right before Hamilton decides to write the Reynolds pamphlet in his song "Hurricane," you can hear "Wait for It," where it's this kind of like, okay, think about it for a second. Sometimes waiting and thinking isn't the worst thing. Probably something that Hamilton should have learned from Burr a bit. And waited and not acted so quickly.
My favorite part of that motif is the fact that the last time it's said is "paid for it."
Yeah.
Because he waited and he waited and he waited, and because he didn't wait, he ended up paying for it. And that's just like, if you look at every individual character, the way their motifs change, like there's stages where Eliza asks the general to send her husband Alexander Hamilton home from the war, and because she's pregnant, and she's like, "Look around at how lucky we are to be alive right now," and he mocks her later on for that. And
use it against her.
Yeah. He's like, "Come on, like look, we're
around.
look around. We're alive right now.
I'm lucky to have this opportunity. I can't let this opportunity slide because I'm alive. I have to do
And then,
this."
of course, Angelica comes in and she's like, "Well, he'll never be satisfied." Once again, another, there's a lot of stuff. Like, it's really, really good. And then, of course, "History has its eyes on you." A very iconic quote that Zoe mentioned earlier in the interview. Absolutely brilliant.
It was the perfect thing to say, and she said it.
Yeah. There's so many other things that I want to mention. Like, there's small little things we can just point out. Like, we don't have to go into too much detail on, but like the Alexander walking round and Burr walking in straight lines and the fact that the rotatory stage also shows that they're always surrounding each other like siblings. They're always like at each other, and they're always facing each other, and they're in this hurricane of their own making, and it's just getting worse and worse and worse and worse until they're physically in the eye of it, together in that duel, and everything is quiet. And
that was beautiful.
That was beautiful. Hey, look, I love this musical so much.
Honestly,
it's the musical itself.
In the eye of the
hurricane, there is quiet. But like, there's so many moments. Like, yes, there's so many silly moments too. Like, I think any character played by David, he plays Lafayette and he plays Thomas Jefferson. Lafayette, this incredible French accent and this crazy speed that he raps at.
He raps in a French accent at like a speed unknown to man.
Yeah.
It's crazy fast in an accent. Like that's like that. He's so crazy talented.
Yeah.
And just the fact that he plays that character Lafayette, who's very like aloof and jokey and all that kind of stuff. And then in the second act, he's Jefferson, who's like very serious, to the point. He wants his way and nothing else. And just the fact that he could like embody both of those characters, who are like, I feel like on very different ends of, I don't know, personality spectrum, is really cool.
The charming charisma though, and adds humor too. So he is playing a funny character, but in completely different ways.
Like, What Did I Miss is so, like, so some parts of it are just so funny. Like, he comes down the stairs like he's coming off a plane.
And comes off with some swagger. He's like...
Yeah, he has the cane, and he's just feeling himself in that, like, sick-ass coat he has on. And, like, it just, I don't know, the choreography is so fun when he's interacting with the Bullet. Who I'm sure we'll discuss.
The Bullet is very iconic because of everyone she interacts with. So she's a dancer, she does all the choreography like everybody else. Ariana DeBose.
She's the Angela Bassett did the thing girl.
Yeah, she's the person who said that.
Was it the Emmys? It was some award show, and I think she wrote the song. I could be wrong. I feel like
she was part of everything that happened there. She did the thing. We'll link it.
Yeah, we will link it, but it's her. She plays the Bullet in the original run of Hamilton.
Yeah, which is cool because it's cool to see that her career kind of took off after Hamilton as well. And then they brought her back for the Hamilton 10-year anniversary that they played that they recorded at the Tonys and stuff, which was really cool. Or they performed really at the Tonys. But that actress is the first person to die on stage in the musical, and she kind of takes on the Bullet character. And of course you would not notice this at all unless you watch it like 10 times over and you'd see all the parts that she gets up to, because clearly when you're watching it for the first time you're focusing on the main characters, you're not looking at what's going on in the background. But she takes on the role of the Bullet. So anytime there's a slow-mo where a bullet needs to go past the screen, she's there showing, she's like a symbol of death, and everyone who interacts with her talks, she's like an omen of death.
Like before Philip Hamilton dies in the musical, he's seen flirting with her. So essentially he's kind of flirting with death. I feel like everyone she interacts with ends up dying shortly after.
Lawrence as well, she shakes hands with him, he ends up dying like in the next song too.
But it is a really cool detail that there's a whole character there that exists just to show that someone is about to eat it.
Just like, hey, your time is coming. I'm coming for you.
Yeah, so it's kind of like, I don't know, I love foreshadowing. I love anything that I can notice on a second, third, 12th watch.
Yeah, because you wouldn't notice that on the first watch. You wouldn't have a clue.
No, not at all.
And you wouldn't notice that on the second watch really either.
No, like it's kind of...
You're like, she played the Bullet last time, maybe. Or like, she was like moving around the Bullet last time.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, cool. But like, that's kind of... It's kind of it, you know, like, and then maybe the third or fourth, you're like, wonder what she's doing now. Wonder what she's up to these days.
It's all coming together.
Yeah. But there's so much stuff like that, like this, even the huge detail that they go into for the letters. Anytime there's a letter is mind-boggling. Do you know anything about the letters?
I don't think so.
Okay, so when I mentioned earlier when Hamilton gets sent home because Eliza wrote a letter. In the song just before that, Eliza is seen in the background writing a letter, while Hamilton and George are having chats. Yeah. So she's up on she's like, she's up on the thing, and she's kind of like standing looking down, and she has the letter in her hand. And I noticed that, and I was like, oh my god,
that's so cool.
But then there's I don't know if she hands it. No, it's when then Hamilton obviously is home then. George has to write a letter to bring Hamilton back. And Lafayette takes the letter and he sends it off to like loads and loads and loads of people. And she receives the letter to give to Hamilton to tell him to go back to the war again. But that's one side of it. When, of course, then there's the letters that Alexander wrote her and all of that. When you go into the second, I keep saying season, second act, second season of Hamilton. Final season.
Last time on Hamilton.
Helpless. The second act of Hamilton, when Eliza is having a hard time after hearing about her husband's affair that has been publicised everywhere in the Reynolds pamphlet. She's having a hard time and she is talking about burning all of the letters that he wrote her that made her fall in love. She lights them on fire and throws them in a bucket. They went through loads of different types of paper to try and figure out what would be a type of paper that would be able to burn for 2 minutes and 9 seconds and perfectly go out, leaving the whole stage in darkness when Eliza stands up and leaves. Like, they wanted the whole stage to be completely engulfed in darkness. They couldn't let that flame keep going and going. So they had to get a paper that was pretty much timed. That worked within their schedule, and they found I can't think of what type of paper they got. It's just there's a lot of parts that were written just to create the story. For example, Angelica says, "I'm a girl in a world in which my only job is to marry rich. My father has no sons." The Schuylers had sons. Before Hamilton brings out the Reynolds pamphlet, Aaron Burr is there, seen with Thomas Jefferson, when it wasn't. It was actually...
It was James Monroe.
Who was going to be president.
Yeah, it was James Monroe who's going to be president, and he and Hamilton in history, real life, whatever, they actually had a duel about it because Hamilton was convinced that James Monroe was the one who leaked the story about Hamilton having the affair. In the musical, it's James Madison, Thomas Jefferson, and Aaron Burr because these are the characters in the musical. This is what we have. We're not adding James Monroe. Just for this, like, to make this historically accurate.
Yeah.
But it's really funny because, like, you know, it's not historically accurate in the musical because, as I say, in real life, James Monroe is part of the trio that confront Hamilton, and Hamilton's like, "Hey, I had an affair actually, and I paid off her husband, so I haven't done anything illegal. Are y'all going to be really cool about this and keep this on the down low?" And everyone's like, "Yeah, absolutely." But then it gets leaked. Because no one likes Hamilton, and Hamilton's like, "Monroe, you did me dirty," and then they go to duel. And Burr was actually James Monroe's second.
In the duel,
So his second is like the person that's meant to try to
diffuse the situation.
Diffuse the situation, establish peace, to before to try anything to try get the duel to not happen. And and the way he does that for the second time in his life is to be like, duels are really stupid. And he does that in the musical as well, when there is a duel between John Lawrence and Charles Lee. He's like, "Can we just agree that duels are dumb and immature?"
Sure, but your man has to answer for his words, Burr, with his life.
We both know
that's absurd.
And then what, like 20 something years later, he brings Hamilton to task because it was his endorsement that made it so he wasn't president. And he has like a track record for not liking duels. You're like, "Burr, like, we got it right the first time. You don't have to switch your tune like that."
We love character development.
I can fix him or I can make him worse, and we made him worse.
See, this is what happens with the deep dive. We, like, of course, you would not remember that all of those lyrics that we just said there are from the first act in one of the first few songs there. You wouldn't remember that further on at the very end when Alexander and Burr are dueling. But we do, because we watched it a load of times. But it's when you watch it those multiple times, you're like, "Oh, I didn't notice that one time," and "Oh, I didn't notice that," and it's just, that's what makes us keep rewatching. That's what makes us love this musical so much, because of all of these things.
It's the gift that keeps on giving.
It really is.
Really, really, like that. That interaction between Hamilton and Burr with the "we both know duels are dumb and immature." I actually didn't even catch that until my rewatch last week.
Yeah,
I was like, "Oh, So why did our tune change, Burr? What's going on? Like I didn't notice that until now. So like, as I say, I've been a fan of this for like what, 5 years now,
Yeah.
and there's still new things. Like, honestly, we're keeping us fed.
Yeah. I feel like we have to, the most important thing that I think is quite controversial to our friendship.
It's a painful wound. I don't know if I can go there.
What are your top 5 favorite songs, Amy?
I'm just gonna do 5 faves because
Yeah.
it's like choosing my favorite children.
Like, if you could say your favorite one and then 4 that you love.
Well, I mentioned earlier Satisfied. I think I do owe my allegiance and my loyalty to Satisfied. Because I thought I would be sick of it by now, but I was listening to it on my way home today. And I was like, God, this still goes so hard. I love the original performance, the way that it's done. It's incredibly well composed song. It's just really, like, lyrically, musically, performance is great. Everything about it is just, mwah, it's perfect. I definitely have to put Non-Stop pretty high up there. Because that's a song I always go back to, because what we were saying earlier about motifs, everything comes back at the end. Everyone's like, he'll never be satisfied. Wait for it. Helpless comes back in like a cacophony of sound. And it's absolutely insane how much it works. And I feel like Non-Stop Lynn is like peak sassy. Like when he's like, I was chosen for the constitutional convention. And he has this little like dancey dance in the recording. It's peak. It's absolutely peak. I'm not gonna have a huge explanation for the rest of the song. Quiet Uptown, this did make me cry. It's insane how much that song works and how good it is. Guns and Ships, obviously. Guns and Ships is a banger. Because Daveed Diggs is a crazy good rapper.
Yeah.
Absolutely insane. And then Room Where It Happens, because it's Room Where It Happens.
Yeah, of course. That has to be there. It has to be in the room where it happens. It has to be in the list of Hamilton.
If they can time like a rug pull, it stays in the top. It stays in the top 5 just on merit.
Just off that point,
alone.
I just remembered, actually. You know, they say George Washington's yielding his power and stepping away. Is that true? I'm so blue.
I wasn't aware.
That was something a person could do. I'm so blue. And then he stamps the floor and the lights turn blue. That is insane timing. That's better timing than the guy pulling the rug out. Or sorry, the tablecloth out. That's insane timing. The I'm so blue, boom. Like the second his foot hits the ground, it's already blue. Like it's so good. And that's not even in my top 5, but it's just when you were talking about timing there, I had to mention it. Love that moment. That's one of the highlights for me. I love it.
That's before Adams' administration, which is like not in my top 5, but like I think it's very underrated. Because like Lin-Manuel Miranda is like on the top of the scaffold. He has that like comically large bundle of paper, which is supposedly his response to John Adams, the then president, like insulting him, being really racist to him essentially. And he has it, and he just drops it on the ground. It's like a literary mic drop.
But here's the funny part. That's a deleted song.
Is it?
His whole rant about John Adams, it's a huge rant. I'm going to have to throw that in the description. We're going to have to listen to that after this. But yeah, there's a whole thing where him, Pippa and Renee are sitting on the stage of Hamilton and they're answering questions, and they do a little quick performance of the John Adams song and why Hamilton hates him so much and why he says, sit down, John, you and then and throws it. And it ends with that. It ends with sit down, John. So it's really cool. Again, so many iconic moments like that. I should probably talk about my top 5 real quick.
Yeah, give me your top 5. I want to know. And we're gonna reach the point of contention. I fear. Wait for It
has to be the biggest one for me. Honestly, it's gotten a lot more value than I ever could have imagined from the tragedy that we mentioned earlier with me in the car and just coming into Hamilton and seeing it live for the first time. And the first song I see is Wait for It. Of course, that has to be number 1. But the reason I originally loved it was the first time when I was watching Hamilton for the first time ever, and the camera zooms in on Burr when he's singing it, and he goes, "Wait for it," and it's just when it kicks off, the song kicks off, and the big, huge choir ensemble echoes around him, and he's just looking around as that's his own hurricane of just people's voices and looking at what everyone else is doing. The wait for it, wait for it, wait for it, wait for it. He's like, he's constantly watching what everyone else is doing, and he's not doing anything himself, and he's just surrounded by that huge ensemble, and it's absolutely incredible. And then of course that voice of wait for it is following him everywhere throughout the rest of the musical. Absolutely incredible. And then of course his voice is absolutely beautiful.
He's insane. Like Leslie Odom Jr., who plays Burr in the original cast, is just so incredible. Like he's a powerhouse.
And now he's back in there now.
He's back in this,
He'll be back, and he is back. I will say, jumping off that, this is in no particular order because of it's just coincidence, but Room Where It Happens and Your Obedient Servant, 2 songs that I mentioned earlier, I think are absolutely incredible. I love the samples that they use, the little scratching of the disc at the beginning of Your Obedient Servant, the groove, the beat, the soft vocal of Burr, and how he's just, it's sassy. I think my favorite line is, "I look back on where I failed, and in every place I checked, the only common thread has been your disrespect." I love that line. So just smooth and just, oh, it's beautiful. So Wait for It, Room Where It Happens, Your Obedient Servant. Once again, Burr making a appearance in my 4th one, and that is Washington on Your Side. David and his, you had Lafayette in Act 1 with his crazy rapping. That's David absolutely slaying with that rap and how fast he raps. I will always love the rhythm and the I think it's more of the musicality side for me, just of how, and the skill and the technique on my end for this one. Just like the way he just goes, thanks to, try not to crack under the stress, we're breaking down like fractions. We smack each other in the press and we don't print retractions. I get no satisfaction witnessing his pits of fashion. The way he prims and dresses like like it's just the same. It's just the rhythm of it, the flow of it. And it's just, oh, it's just so good. But then, of course, like James Madison comes out and he's like, so he's double the size of the governor, which I wrote. Very funny, very silly. Love that. Like a little bit of quirkiness. Of course, it starts with Burr going, "It must be nice. It must be nice." Jefferson's like going, "Oh, fuck's sake, this child. Who let him out? Who let him out of daycare? Oh, where's his minder? Where's his parents?" Like looking around the stage, and then
out comes, kind of comes out of nowhere.
Yeah, he just like, comes out of nowhere,
and you can see Jefferson being like,
yeah,
where did he come from?
Yeah, and it's also this like the formation of this unit to go against Alexander, which I think is just really cool, and how these 3 unlikely people to come together and just, you know, it just builds up and it just goes crazy. Love that. Washington on Your Side is definitely, it's on the verge of taken over. Wait for it.
It didn't make it into my top 5, but I do have to say one of my favorite moments of the musical happens in that song. Let's show those Federalists who they're up against, and then it's just that sting of music when they're like,
Southern
motherfucking Democratic Republicans. It's so good.
It's like when they all figure out they have the same interest, the same niche, the same hobby. Yeah, we're like, oh my god, stop fucking Hamilton! No, you know, like it's.
You don't like Hamilton? I don't like Hamilton. Oh my god, let's be best friends.
Yeah, it's so funny.
It's so good, and it always gets a big cheer. Yeah, as well, because it's so high. I think like both times we saw it, we were like, as soon as they're like, Democratic Republicans, everyone's like,
yeah. But then the thing is, after that, they like jump back, and then they're doing like this stride across diagonally across, like as if they've just like, look at us, we figured out a solution to our problem. It's just so good. Like it just starts from something so small to them. It's just loads of character development all in the space of one song as well. So you can't fault me for loving that one.
Absolutely not.
The last one changed recently, and I just love the groove of it, the vibe of it, just the character of it. 10 Dual Commandments.
the 10 dual commandments.
Yeah, it's like number one. And I love tell them where you've been, pray that hell or heaven lets you in.
Pick a place to die where it's high and dry.
That's really good. I love that line. It's this, brace yourself for the moment of adrenaline. And the choreography is all of them in a line going like this, going across, and it's like the adrenaline, and I'm just like, oh, that looks so cool, because they're all like in a line doing that, and I'm like, oh, that's sick. I love that.
That's slick
because
as hell,
adrenaline, because your heart is beating fast and you're going. I only noticed that there in my watch of it yesterday. I was like, oh, that's cool. I remember seeing them doing a choreography, but I never keyed the words together with the song at the time. But yeah, they would be my top 5. So I'm sorry, Satisfied or Helpless aren't in there. If you asked me this 4 years ago, I know immediately what to tell you as my top 5. It would have been You'll Be Back, Satisfied, Helpless, What Did I Miss, and The Room Where It Happens, probably.
Yeah.
If you asked me 5 years ago.
You've grown, you've evolved.
Yeah.
You're allowed to be wrong. But Satisfied not being in the top 5, you know? And look, we can still be friends.
Yeah.
You know,
It's a great song.
It is a great song.
Yeah.
And like
Renee is a powerhouse of a singer.
Oh my god, like she can lady can talk fast. Lady can sing fast, she can talk fast, but like I think it's a real talent to be able to talk that fast but still be able to understand her and for her to be able to enunciate. Like it's so crystal clear what she's saying. But like I just love that like the reasoning why she's talking so fast is because that's how fast she's thinking.
There's a lot going on in it, like, and the choreography and of course I can absolutely understand why it's your favorite. It's an incredible song.
But you just can't meet me where I'm at.
I just can't meet you there. Sorry.
You just can't meet me there.
I'm sure I'll see I do hope to see you again.
I'll be back before you know I'm gone.
Amy's on the other side. The Battle of Yorktown is a special mention song. I just want to add in there. Big instrumental, and the choreographers the choreography going 90, the instrumentalists going crazy, like a proper trad song happening there. Like the you know,
that and the world turned upside down.
Yeah.
Like those two are so close together. Like the world turned upside down.
Do you ever see the memes of it? It's like the world turned upside down.
People are just like holding.
It's like full on like the world.
Oh my god, it's so heavy. Queen, be careful.
No, it's fine.
Queen, we have a podcast to finish.
Okay, what am I doing?
The world turned upside down. My son. Do you have a favorite quote or like a favorite moment?
I do love, like, if there's a fire you're trying to douse, you can't put out from inside the house. I think that's so cool. I'm not falling behind or running late. I'm not standing still. I'm lying in wait. I know that's very long, but I do think it's quite inspirational to a degree.
No, it absolutely is. Because I think there is a lot to be said for waiting and considering your options. Like, it's also kind of, I think, painting what Burr is doing in like a positive light. Like, we can sympathize. Because he's kind of, because in that song, he's kind of saying, like, you know, everyone I love is dead and I'm alive, so there has to be a reason, and I'm willing to wait for it. I'm not going to throw away my life. I'm not going to throw away everything because I have so much to risk. Like, and he's gonna wait for it. And like, you know, I think in the hands of, I don't know, a less good writer, I think Burr wouldn't be as sympathetic as he is in Hamilton. But it's just the way that it's like his way of thinking is framed is really cleverly done, and it's done with a lot of care.
And it's so funny, he wrote that on a train. Actually, I forgot to mention to you, in the credits for Hamilton, there's a special thanks to in the credits, and Hamilton writes, Lin-Manuel Miranda writes.
Same person, he is Hamilton.
He's same person, he's the same dude. He's immortal. Lin-Manuel Miranda writes a special thank you to different people and places in the credits, and one of the special thanks is a train. because he wrote a lot of his songs in different places and different restaurants and cafes and stuff, and he has thanks to all of them, but one of them is just a train.
Like, thank you to the concept of a train.
Yeah. Just
Thank you
in
so
general,
much.
for no reason. Just the idea of them.
Like it doesn't have a special meaning to me, but I don't know why. I just love it so much. And it's from when Hamilton is giving that monologue before he's about to die. And he's like,
Ooh.
legacy, what is a legacy? Legacy is planting seeds in a garden you'll never get to see. And it's just like, I think it just perfectly sums up why Hamilton does everything he does, even if he's a bit of a shit, even if he's like doing things and like kind of, you know, nearly putting every relationship he's ever had in danger. He's doing this to secure his legacy. History has his eyes on him. He wants to like be immortalized. And like he wants like but he's doing all this like because America chose him, it called out to him, he immigrated there, and he wants to make a difference, and like even if he's not around for it. And I think I think it's just a beautiful piece of writing, like on its own. Yeah, I think it just perfectly sums up why he is the way he is, why he does what he does.
I'm going to piggyback off that a little bit because just as you mention it, you great unfinished symphony, he says.
America, you great unfinished symphony. You sent for me.
He mentions musical terms quite a lot in the musical, like that great unfinished symphony. Is it a beat without a melody? And then he mentions no beat, no melody later on. I do want to say one of the lines where I was like, that the one line, and this is completely out of pocket. It's don't modulate the key, then not debate with me, is when he's talking to Samuel Seabury, because
I think we have to talk by Farmer Refuted at some point.
Samuel Seabury changes the way he phrases the original lines he was originally saying, rather than initiating in conversation with Hamilton. And Hamilton's like, don't modulate the key, then not debate with me. Or like, my dog speaks more eloquently than thee. Like mocking him. Alexander's mocking people. Like, wait for it, wait. Like, boo, I'm a ghost. Or he says, look around. Like, he mocks people. And I think it's so cool.
You get nothing if you wait for it.
Yeah. And he kind of creeps after him like that, and Bert kind of jumps back. Like, it's like there's constant mocking going on. The only time where he repeats something somebody else says, he says, history has its eyes on you. And that's when he's looking at George Washington, the only person he doesn't mock. Like not on purpose, he accidentally says these Virginians are like birds of a feather, and he goes, young man, I'm Virginian, so watch your mouth. And he's like, oh shit, sorry dad. But yeah, that's,
call me son one more goddamn time.
Yeah, see, all of these lines, they're just so good, so powerful.
Do we like the musical, do you think?
I don't know if we do. I watched 2 episodes of Drunk History today. One with Lin-Manuel Miranda, where they were talking about the affair and the Reynolds pamphlet, and the other one I watched was the one about John Adams and Thomas Jefferson. So both of them had beef for years, and 50 years after the Constitution, 50 years after the Declaration of Independence was signed on the 4th of July. Exactly 50 years. So they had beef throughout those 50 years. John Adams in those 50 years, John Adams had lied to the press and said that Thomas Jefferson died.
That is so funny. It's such a funny prank to pull on somebody.
But like he meant it as in trying to get him to not run for president and stuff. Like there was like, it was beef. It was proper beef.
What is the long-term goal there?
I don't know. You have to look into it. It's so funny. But like there's like a lot of beef there. But in the end, they ended up becoming friends, and they ended up reaching out to each other very later on, and they became the bestest of friends. And when John Adams was dying, Some of his last words were in around, as I paraphrase, Thomas Jefferson lives. Like that was some of his last words before he died. Across the country of America, Thomas Jefferson also ushered his last words.
That's kind of romantic, actually.
On the 4th of July.
Honestly, you couldn't write that. That's the kind of stuff romanticy writers dream about.
But both of them died on the 4th of July, exactly 50 years after the Declaration of Independence.
They weren't meant to exist without each other. They're yin and yang. They just, just couldn't take it.
Yeah, so
couldn't live without the other.
Like, obviously that's not mentioned at all in Hamilton because the musical itself is about Alexander Hamilton, or is it?
That's another theory that I don't personally subscribe to.
You don't think it's the story of Eliza Hamilton? No,
I don't think the musical is called Hamilton because of Eliza Hamilton. I do have my own proof of this. Is that at the end when it's Who Tells Your Story is the song of like everything that happened after Alexander's death, and it's Eliza saying all the things that she did with the with her life after Hamilton died. It's because it's all like, she tells my story, I tell your story, I put myself back in the narrative. It's all about how she told his story. So I just look, I can respect it, and look, if that is the original intention, fucking got me, fooled me.
I still think it's just normal Hamilton, like it's about Alexander Hamilton. I think it's really sweet that it's like who lives, who dies, who tells your story. Who tells your story is the last line that's said, and it's just who tells your story over and over again, and then it's her seeing this crowd in front of her. I think that's really sweet. It's that part is who tells your story. That part. Yeah. It's just that song. And then the crowd is like, we'll tell your story because we're here at the end. We made it to the end. We listened to your part at the end. But the rest of it is Alexander's story.
Like, I'm sure we could talk about a lot more, but I feel this will be 10 hours long.
This could be the longest podcast we could ever do, but I have to sit down and edit this afterwards. So we're not going to talk any further about Hamilton. I do encourage anyone who has listened so far, if you have your favorite things about Hamilton, stuff that we missed out on talking about, stuff that, your favorite fan theories, all of these things, please by all means throw them into the comments there.
Give them to us.
We'd love to hear them. We also will be posting these on TikTok and Instagram, so throw in your fan theories there in TikTok and Instagram as well. We'd love to have you over there, and we'd love to hear your opinions on some of the stuff, and also don't forget to rate this 5 stars on TikTok and throw in a like on the YouTube if you like to. It must be nice, Amy. It must be nice to have
YouTube on your side.
To have YouTube on your side, but to also have people listening to this podcast. It would be nice. It would be nice to have people on our side. Just people. If you guys are just like us and you're all just like into Hamilton the musical as much as we are, please let us know that we're not alone. Or not, John. Tell us how alone we are, so that we feel more like friends. This is a cry for help. Actually,
this whole time, this was a bit. Please talk to us.
Please, we need help.
We would love to hear from you, because, like, what if Hamilton is just like a joint hallucination, and people are gonna be like, "What are you actually talking about? A musical about founding fathers? You're crazy." Who would do such a thing? And we're like, did it actually exist? Let us know.
I do have one last line that I want to say to finish this podcast out.
Thank you.
First of all, Amy, thank you for being my co-host once again and doing all the research.
Thank you for being my co-host.
Yes, it's always a pleasure. And I love our chats. And thank you for indulging in this conversation. And I absolutely am delighted to be able to full on have it out Hamilton wise, but
have it out. Let's hash it out the details. We had our shtick, we had our stuff about Satisfied, we cleared the air. Everything's fine now.
thank you to Zoe actually Hamilton for coming on and chatting to us so
Yes.
short notice as well, which is absolutely
Oh,
awesome.
she's a star.
She's absolute star.
Please go check out Zoe Hamilton.
Yeah.
Her TikToks are so funny and they're so thought out. Yeah, no, she's amazing. She's the best.
Yeah.
Check her out, please.
I'm gonna leave you with this lovely line, Amy, just for you.
Yeah. Give it to me.
Look at where we are. Look at how we started. The fact that we're friends is a miracle. So if we can stay friends, that would be enough.
You're actually going to get me a little bit with that. That was too real. I don't wanna...
Oh, she's crying.
guys, no, it's too real. It's too real.
No, it's too real. Okay. No. Okay.
Best
we gotta
of
go.
Friends, best of women.
Best of friends, best of women. Amy, I need to go. I need to go to sleep. But we have a podcast to record. It's quite dark outside. I know, but we gotta get a last minute out. Why do we talk like we're running out of time? Just keep talking, and that would be enough. Yeah, no, you should go to sleep. we should go to sleep. We've out talked as much as we could.
Hey, I'll be back before you know I'm gone.
We'll be back soon. You'll see. Thank you to everyone for watching the podcast. We will be back with what topic next? We don't know. So make sure you subscribe.
It's crazy.
So you'll know when we know, and that's as good as it's going to get.
We'll figure it out.
We'll figure it out.
Look, leave it with us.
Yeah, leave it with us. It's a very easygoing podcast. We don't have an agenda. It's not going to be a weekly thing, monthly thing. We don't even know when it's going to be. It's just two people having the chats, all of that. So thank you to everyone who's been watching and supporting so far. Love you. Amy, love you.
Love you, Queen. Mwah.
Mwah, mwah. Bye, guys.
Bye.